everyone, Mohinder here from Endeavor Study Center again, and I'm back here to help you guys with some free tips about PTE. So I brought this small presentation today in front of you to help students who are looking for 65 or 79 each in PTE. How should you plan PTE? Because as you can see, I've written a very famous quote from Benjamin Franklin. It says, if you fail to plan, and that means you're planning to fail. So that same thing applies in PTE as well. Actually, it applies to everything, whatever you do in life. But most importantly, we are going to discuss it in perspective of PTE, because as we believe that PTE is a life-changing exam, because in last 3-4 years we have seen many lives changing the moment students they get their scores. They are on their way to desired result. They're on their way to their permanent visas, or a new career in life, or things like that. So you really need to plan it really well for you to be able to succeed. Now I have put some common questions there on the board. You can see them. Probably you might also have the same questions. Sir, how long it may take for me to score 65 each or 79 each in PTE? Now, answer to this question is a bit tricky to so to summarize that answer in few sentences here. So but I have from my experience, I have picked some points here which you can consider while you're thinking how long it may take for you to prepare for PTE. So we have students who have achieved 90 each in 4 weeks. We have students who have achieved 65 each in 4 weeks, or even 2 weeks. We also have students who have achieved 65 each in 6 weeks. We have students who have achieved say 79 each in 3 months preparation. So we have a all range. So it really depends upon how committed you are and what is your level of English. So let's have a look at those points one by one. So first I have put here is the level of English. Now, in simple words, if someone has done IELTS before, on an average, when I see a score of overall 6.5 or 7 in IELTS, those people they really do well if it comes down to 65 each. For those students, what we have seen, you can get away with 4 to 6 weeks if you're committed for PTE at least 3 to 4 hours every day, 1.5 hours in the class and at least 1.5 hours at home. Now, second point is secondary schooling. So it really does matter a lot where you have studied before. For example, if you have studied in your native language, say Hindi or Punjabi or any native language until your year 10 or year 12, then your chances of your level of comprehension for most of those students is very low, and then that really affects them in PTE in certain modules, say reading or listening, where there's not enough comprehension for them to get to the right answer under exam conditions. So that really matters. But if you have had an education in good school and you have started learning English very early, that it does really help in PTE, because of your level of comprehension is expected to be of certain level already before you start preparing for PTE. Now, next one is exposure to English environment. Really important for speaking, especially as we know that speaking is the key to pass PTE, because you have 35 points contribution from your speaking towards your listening, and you have read aloud that contributes towards your reading. So it's really important. So the people who are actually working and living in English speaking environment for a at least a year or so, or more than 2 or 3 years, they do really well in speaking, because they are very prompt as you use language on day-to-day basis. So they're strong on repeat sentence, they're strong in read aloud and certain other question types. But if you're not using English, even though you're living in the English speaking environment, but you're not using English on day-to-day basis, and those students tend to struggle a lot, especially the ones who haven't studied English, who haven't studied most of the schooling, they haven't done that in English medium until year 12. So those students, I would find that I would put that most students who have come to study say diploma 2 or 3 years back here, and you're not using much of the English at your work, that the language does not develop. So those students tend to struggle, especially in some of the modules, say speaking as well as in reading. Now, next one I've got is commitment. So very important how committed you are, because what we have observed in last 3 years is that the students who are committed for their results, they are focused on their goals. They are the ones who get their desired result. But if you have so many distractions around, so many things going on while you're preparing for PT, obviously it affects your eventual capability of getting to the desired result. So another one is right guidance. It is really important, because if you're guided in the wrong direction in the beginning, you have treaded the path in the wrong direction for a few kilometers, and if you all of a sudden realize that you have treaded that path in the wrong direction, your obviously workload increases. So really make sure that you are actually getting the right guidance, not anyone saying that we have tricks to help you to achieve 65 and 79 each, because there are, as we see, there are no tricks to PTE. It's just all strategies, your hard work, and your right guidance and support from your mentors. Motivation is a big part of it. If you're not motivated for your goals, obviously you're not going to achieve them. Simple as that. And lastly, hard work. Yes. So although there are many people out there who say smart work is important, yes, it is important. Smart work is always important, but smart only becomes smart with hard work. If there's no hard work, you cannot, just on the basis of smart work, you cannot get. Sometimes that smart work becomes too smart for the computer, and people fail to get their desired result because they are thinking that they are too smart, even smarter than computer. So keep in mind here that there's a lot of hue and cry out there being a computer-based and computer-generated exam. PTE, so people feel that here there is certain getting around. But what we have seen when you're looking at a score of 65 plus and 79 plus, 79 plus, it does not any tricking kind of strategies that do not work for the people who are chasing that high score. However, if you're looking at say 50 score or less than that, yes, you can speak anything. The likelihood you might come up with the results. But when you're looking at 65 each and 79 each, there is no tricking kind of strategy. There's no trick to this, right? It's just all language. Students with the repeated attempts. So we get so many students. I had last 2 or 3 months, we have at least 6 or 7 students who had done exam multiple times before. They turned up, sir, we don't get our score. Obviously, if you don't get your score, then there has to be a reason, right? And you need an experienced person to find out where you're going wrong. And that's why what we did simply was diagnose their problems, running them through the diagnostic mock test, right? Diagnosing their problems, and then making a plan for them to work with those errors or work with those problems leading up to the exam. And eventually we were able to help all those students to have their desired result. Now, I brought up this here a few points how we can help. Obviously, if you are talking about the right guidance, you need to be at a place where you get the right guidance. I'll put some points from how we can help you with that. So first thing, some of the people who are watching this video, you guys, if you want a free study material, you can log into our portal, which is www.endeavorstudy.com.au, and you can just go to guest login tab and then click next and make your account there, and you can use some of our study resources for you for free, right? I will put those details with this video as well, right? Okay, so next one is alright, so how we can help. So first thing is classes. So we have a morning class which is at 10:30 in Adelaide, which can be taken in the center as well as online. No matter what part of world you are, you just need to see what time we have class in Adelaide is 10:30, so you can check time according to your time in your country. Now evening class is at 5:30, which can at the moment can only be taken online, but there is possibility of having in-house session or a center session in coming few days or coming few weeks. Next one is we have online portal with all the latest exam questions, right? Although I don't sell this idea that we have all the exam questions, because we want to make sure that every student is comfortable with any question Pearson throws at you in the exam. So, but we do have all those latest exam questions in our portal. Now, to help to the point strategies, that's really important. So what I have realized that in last few months we have had so many students return. They have done exam multiple times, they have even attended coaching in multiple places, but what we understood that most of those students, they were actually weak in strategies, because they never had the right strategies to tackle each question type. So really important. So we have to the point strategies for each question, and we're going to relate it back to the basics of English, basics of academic English, academic writing, academic speaking, and things like that, so that you're convinced that this is the right strategies to follow in the exam. But if you have a strategy, say if you have a template, or if you have a strategy, if you think even yourself you're not comfortable delivering it, obviously you're not going to deliver it in the exam with 100% accuracy, and that affects your score. Now next one is proofreading sessions. So we do not believe in any computer generated proofreading scorecards or computer generated things, because we believe that proofreading is all about having the right sentence structure in your written work, say your summaries and your write essays. So we have special proofreading sessions where every student is encouraged to bring at least one essay and 2 summarized spoken text and 2 summarized written text, and then you have a tutor giving you feedback on your written material, and also showing you where you're going wrong, and then discussing that basic rule of grammar or that basic mistake you're making. So that will help you with your sentence structure. It will also help you, and those discussions, they will help you in your listening, fill in the blanks, and even your reading, fill in the blanks. So really important, those sessions, to attend proofreading sessions. Now mock tests with full feedback. I mean, this has been the game changer for most of our students. Yesterday we had like 4 students going to do the exam, and all of them, they came with the desired results. So that equals to 100% success rate, and that does not happen overnight. Obviously we work really hard with our students, and students also work hard, and we actually encourage them to work hard, and that's how they bring results. So that mock test with complete feedback is one of the most important thing students get. That happens like 2 or 3 weeks before your exam, so that you know what are the things you need to work on leading into your exam. Really important. Now you will also have access to our videos through our closed Facebook page. So that means if you have missed any session, or if you have very short time, you have booked your exam, you have like 3 weeks or 2 weeks left over, obviously you won't be able to complete the course fully. In that case, you can go to Facebook and send us a request to join our page, Facebook group, and then from there you can watch our videos. Most of the evening classes, they are live online most times. Now constant motivation, that's a big part of it, right? So for example, if you don't turn up for the class for 2 days, you will receive a text message from us that guys, you seem not committed, hope you're doing well, and then probably that text message would bring you back in the class, and we know that if you're in the class, you're learning and you're on your way to your desired result. And lastly, highly experienced tutors. So I'm going to say this here. So okay, so how Pearson, because computer generated exam, computer scored exam, right? Most of the people who are teaching PTE at the moment, most of them, they have been the students of PTE who has got 90 score with no experience in teaching whatsoever. I just have to add here a little thing. There is a saying that little knowledge is a dangerous thing. And yes, obviously, if you get your score, then that's fine. But if you don't get your score, you need experienced teacher to find out what your errors are, and you have to work on those errors for you to help you to get to the desired result, right? Because it is you who is going to need the score, not your tutor. So it's your responsibility to make sure that you are getting the right help. Feel free to give us a call if you're really struggling with your PTE, or if you're going to do for the PTE for the first time. I would also encourage some of the future PTE aspirants to attend a demo session. You don't even need to give us a call. We have a class at 10:30. You can just jump into the class at 10:30. Try to be here 15 minutes early so that we have some of your initial details, and then we will lead you to the demo session. You attend the session, you make your decision, and then you assess, and then you can make your decision how best we can help you with your preparation. Thank you very much, and I'll see you guys again in the next video. Thank you.